Charles Campbell, HoopDFW.com. I'm here with Carter High School head coach Lyndon Love. Coach, summer workouts. I mean, you just had a really good practice here. Give us some feedback. What were you seeing?
I mean, we know how to practice now
Yeah,
from last year. And,
yeah.
those guys, they were sophomores and freshmen, didn't really understand things. It was a learning thing last year. Now, we expect them to know exactly what's supposed to be going on.
Yeah.
They're doing a great job. They're doing a great job of what they're doing. Super proud of some of the older guys. Myron, he's an older guy now. Landon Higgs, the older guy now. Smiley, Jalen Hyder, they leaders now, so it takes a lot off of us. So they're leading here. So that's what we really want.
Speaking about the program culture, there's always this brotherhood conversation, this brotherhood talk. Take us into the culture of Carter basketball.
Well, that was one thing I wanted to bring when I first got the job here. When I was at SOC, we had it. When I was at Spruce, we had it, and I just thought that was something that we needed here. And like I say, it does wonders for us. Big brothers come back and lecture the little brothers, and they look up to them, so it works for us.
Your basketball journey. You played at SOC, coached at Spruce. Walk us through your journey a little bit.
Man, I've been blessed. Like I said, I got a chance to coach at my alma mater at SOC with legendary Coach James Hayes, like a big brother to me. He just retired. You need to come on back, Coach Mays. But yeah, it's been wonderful. Like I say, at SOC, I was at SOC for 6 years under Coach Mays. We ran to the regional finals a couple years. We lost to Lincoln. Uh, After that, I moved over to Spruce as a head coach, my first head job. Actually, the last year I was there, we made to the regional finals,
Yeah.
and they closed the school down. We had all our kids coming back, so that kind of hurt me. And I was assistant coach for like the next 3 or 4 years, looking for another job. And Carter situation came open. I really didn't want it at first, but just Carter was a football school, and that was something I didn't want to go through. But Lori Johnson and Jeff Johnson convinced me this was the right spot for me. So, and it's been a blessing over, like I say, this is my 12th year now at Carter.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's been a blessing over here.
You've seen the changes as far as competition, players, the different schools that become basketball schools win state. How has basketball changed in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex? First question. Second question, how has it changed in DISD?
Right. Well, I think just the Dallas area, just the southern sector. I mean, it ain't no better basketball. I don't think in the country.
Yeah.
High school. You look at the draft a couple years ago. We had 6 guys going to draft. You got every good college team got a Dallas guy on it.
That's true.
So this area right here, if you're not playing this area, I don't understand why kids want to leave. I do understand why, but you can get a lot in this area right here. And then for DISD, I think we have never fell off in basketball. Basketball is always there in our district. Teams are getting better and better. You got the original Kimball, Carter, Sod, and you got teams. Madison is a staple. Lincoln is a staple. You got the Pinkston's now. Skyline's gonna be good with Coach Hunter.
The interview.
Skyline's gonna be really good, Coach Hunter over there. So DISD is in good hands right now. It's in real good hands.
Tough loss last year. Regional final came
Yeah.
up against a very, very good Kimball team.
Good team.
Take us to the locker room after the game. What were the emotions?
They was they was like shell shocked,
Yeah.
and like I say, they was so young, man, and got in that atmosphere, and like I say, five five sophomores, 2 freshmen, 2 juniors, to go in the atmosphere to play against Kimball, which to me, Kimball probably had the best team in the state of Texas, any classification. Coach Smith does a great job over there with those guys. But they understood after we settled them down and talked, and we all made a pact in the locker room that, hey, look, we're gonna get right back to work right after spring break, and we're gonna be back in this game again.
Yeah.
We should win this game this year. I said, they got caught up in the lights, and they like we walked out of the locker room out of that tunnel, and they saw those people out there, and it was tough on them. So, but they learned from it. They said they gonna do what they need to do. Like you see them there in here working hard. All our kids are in summer school, getting ahead. So it shows me that they really want to win a state championship.
What does that say about your culture? Your entire team decided to go to summer school.
Well, they got that from their big brothers. I've been here 12 years, and we've had two kids valedictorian, two kids salutatorian. We got two other kids in there. That's probably going. Shakur's probably got a chance to be the valedictorian in his class. Smiley, Jalen Hyder got a chance to be the valedictorian in class. So, we push education here. It's no education, no basketball. It's that simple. And education at a high level with you guys. Majority of our guys are in the collegiate program. So, and that was one of the things they decided to do on their own. They like, Coach, we want to all go to summer school and get ahead. I said, well, hey, let's do it. So they're all in summer school. They're all passing. They're all doing. Then when they got summer school, they come and work out. So, I mean, I love what they're doing. They're self-motivated, and that's what our program is about.
What are your expectations for the upcoming season?
Man, our expectation to win a state championship,
Yeah.
first in quarter history, nothing else. It's not losing here, not losing there, it's to win a state championship. And they understand that. It's no pressure. It's just go play basketball.
With having such a young group, you do have some older guys, but
Right.
your leaders are primarily sophomores now.
Yes.
What is the challenge in that for you as a coach?
Well, just one thing to get them to learn how to practice. They were all on the freshman team. They were all on the JV team, and the boys practice a little different. The running is a little faster. The everything just speeds up. The thinking, the film watching, and so we have to gather them and let them know, like, hey man, you kids can't go out and play basketball. You got to watch film. You got to lift weights. You got to do this, and they for the most part they did a good job. But it was a challenge at first. Because we only had one guy that played on the varsity, which was Amari Hunter.
Yeah.
He understood, but the rest of the guys, it was a learning experience for him. So it was tough in the beginning, but they got through it, and say we made it to the regional finals. So with those young guys, like I said, that was the youngest team I ever had.
Yeah.
Ever had.
I mean, yeah, they were definitely.
They were babies.
They were young, and that Kimball team was
Hey.
senior leadership, senior led,
Good.
great athletes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a really good team. And I watched you guys last week. We were at Lake Ridge Summer League, and the way that they walked in the gym, they seemed like they were, they're locked in. Even if
Right.
something, kids take some of the casual. They didn't take any of that casual.
Well, that's something that we talked about. Like, and they've been ready to play against another team. We've been going against each other a little bit. So the thing about them, they've made in their mind that the game don't start when the tip off. The game starts before that, an hour before that, 2 hours before that, and they're always getting on each other by getting prepared. Like I said, you saw them in the gym. We don't have to go say that anymore.
Yeah.
So that's the maturity that we got with them now. So that's a blessing in itself.
What do you want your basketball legacy to be? What would you like your legacy to be as a high school basketball player?
Man, I just want my ex players to know that I love them. Hey, playing for Coach Love, it ain't for the faint.
Right.
And I understand that with them guys. So I just want them to be able when it's all over, just say, well, Coach Love had my best interest in me. Not as a basketball player, but as a person.
Yeah.
Basketball gonna come and go, but raising these guys to be young men and perfect citizens, well, not perfect citizens, but a great citizen, that's what I'm about. And for the most part, they do it because we're not gonna have guys that don't want to do right in our program.
Right.
It's not gonna happen.
Well, man, I'm excited to see what you guys do this season.
I am too.
I'm genuinely. I mean, you have some pieces. You mentioned them at the beginning, but you have some pieces that I don't think some people know about yet.
Right.
That
they
when
don't
they step on the court with you, they're gonna be like, oh wow.
And you said that we was watching film, the Beaumont United game we played last year, and we play them again in TABC next weekend. So I'm watching the film, and I think we end up losing by 3 or 4. So I call a timeout, and the kids get up to come to timeout, and I'm looking on the bench. We got Amari sitting down hurt. We got Shakur sitting down here, and Jonathan. And I'm like, yeah, man, we can use them guys in them games. So I think everybody's pretty healthy now. Like you said, we got some guys that people don't know about, and it's going to show this year. Shakur is going to have a great year. He's fully healthy. We've missed that last year with his net, shooting, rebounding. I think Caden's going to have a great year. They're all doing what they're supposed to do in the summertime, so it makes our job a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool. Charles Campbell, HoopDFW.com. Lyndon Love, Carter High School.